We were discussing important problems based on particle in one-dimensional box. In this regard, you have seen a very important problem in the previous lecture. Now we are going to see another important problem based on particle in one-dimensional box. Actually, the solution of this problem will need an idea which we have developed in the previous lectures. So see what is this problem. In fact, the problem says a particle of mass m is confined in one-dimensional box of unit length. Remark it. The box is of unit length. And at time t equal to 0, the wave function of the particle is given in this manner. Psi of x0, here 0 represents actually time, is equal to a sine 2 pi x cos pi x, where a is the normalization constant. This is the given information. Now, after this information, you have to write the wave function at any time t, that is psi of xt. And finally, we have to calculate the expectation values of energy and momentum at t equal to 0. So actually there are two parts of this problem, and we will solve step by step both of the parts. So let us see how we can solve this problem. I hope you have understand what is given in this problem and what we have to calculate. So let us see, first of all, the given eigenfunction at t equal to 0 is psi of x0 a sine 2 pi x times cos pi x. In fact, using this simple algebra, let us multiply by the number 2 to this expression and also divide it so that the result remains same. So you can write it as a over 2 sine 2 pi x times cos pi x. Now from trigonometry you can see that we can write this 2 sine 2 pi x times cos pi x equal to sine pi x plus sine 3 pi x. And so this is simply a over 2 sine pi x plus a over 2 sine 3 pi x. Now, as the problem says that the particle is confined in a one-dimensional box and its eigenfunction in nth state will be what you have already studied in the theoretical part of this problem. So here I am writing the eigenfunction describing the particle in this one-dimensional box in nth eigenstate. So now the eigenfunction describing the particle in nth eigenstate, or you may say quantum state, is given by psi n of x0 equal to, you know, this is a square root of 2 over a sine n pi nx over a. But as this potential well is actually of unit length, so you may write it at this as this is root over 2 sine n pi x, because it is given in this problem that a is equal to 1. It means the potential box is of unit length. or you can say unit width. So this is the eigenfunction, in fact in nth eigenstate for the particle. Now when we consider the time evolution, then you know how we can write the eigenstate or the eigenfunction for the nth eigenstate. So now you can write the eigenfunction in nth eigenstate at any time t. You know this is written as simply psi n x of 0 times e to the power minus I en times t over h bar. Now when you will substitute the value of this much, what will be your eigenfunction? You can see this will be in fact root over 2 sine n pi x over a, but a is in fact 1, and times e to the power minus I en t over h bar. And you know in this expression the energy eigenvalue En is given as n square pi square h bar square over 2ma square. But again you know that a is equal to 1, so this may be written as n square pi square h bar square over a square. This is the energy eigenvalue. And now if you want to write the state of the system, not only in nth state, but state of system will be described completely by taking the summation of this function. So you can say, you have already studied in the theoretical part of this problem, that a state of system is described by the wave function psi of xt, and this is written as summation n 1 to infinity. We have studied it in the theoretical part. Cn times psi n of x times e to the power minus I en t over h bar. This is actually the wave function describing the system at any time t. Now you can see that the eigenfunction at t equal to 0 describing this system is given here, and now we should write this expression in a particular form so that we can see that that this state is a superposition of what states of the particle. So now you can simplify it. Now you have seen that this psi of x0 is actually a superposition of only two states, because you have seen that psi of x0 is what? See again it. Psi of x0 is this much, see it and repeat it here. This is a over 2 times sine pi x plus a over 2 sine 3 pi x. Actually, we have to find the state of the particle at any time t. In fact, in the given in accordance with the given eigenfunction. Now, to express this expression in the form of the eigenfunction for particle in one-dimensional box, let us use a simple algebra here. You can see that this expression may be written as psi of x0 equal to a over 2 times root 2 into root 2 sine pi x. I have actually multiplied by this factor root 2 in numerator and in denominator both, so the result remains same, and plus again a over 2 root 2 root 2 sine 3 pi x. But see here that the eigenfunction psi n x0, see here psi n x0, this is simply equal to root 2 sine n pi x. So when n will be 1, then this eigenfunction will be root 2 sine pi x, and when n will be 3, then this will be root 2 sine 3 pi x. So you can write this function as simply the eigenfunction psi 1 of x, and this is actually psi 3 of x. So you can write this in this manner. This is a over 2 root 2 ket psi 1. In fact, in ket symbol we can write it ket psi 1, and plus a over 2 root 2 times ket psi 3. You can see this is actually psi 3 and this is psi 1, as you have seen. Now you know that the wave function psi is normalized. You have seen already this in the theoretical part, that psi is a normalized wave function, as ket psi is normalized. So you know, if it is normalized, this scalar product of psi with psi is equal to 1. This is actually the normalization condition, as you know. And you can see what will be this scalar product. See here, actually that you can also write this as ket psi. This is ket psi, and ket psi is this much, and we have to find the scalar product of this psi with psi. So what will be our result? You can see when you will take this scalar product, this will be simply a square over 8 a scalar product of psi 1 with psi 1 plus a square over 8 a scalar product of psi 3 with psi 3, and plus a square of a square over 8 a scalar product of psi 1 with psi 3 and plus a square over 8 times a scalar product of psi 3 with psi 1, and this will be equal to 1. But you know that since each eigenfunction is normalized, so in fact this will be 1, this will be 1, and simultaneously you also know that these eigenfunctions are actually orthogonal too. So in accordance with the orthogonality condition, this product will be 0 and this product will be also 0. So you can write that our final expression will be what? You can see this is simply a square over 8 plus a square over 8, and this equal to 1. And so this is simply 2a square over 8 equal to 1, and this implies a equal to a square root of 4, that is 2. So this normalization factor is actually equal to 2, and hence now you can write the eigenfunction kth psi. As you can see, this is a over 2 root 2 kth psi 1 as you have obtained just now, plus a over 2 root 2 kth psi 3. But we have obtained that this a is equal to 2, so substituting the value of a, you can see this kth psi will be equal to what? This is simply 1 over root 2 kth psi 1 plus 1 over root 2 kth psi 3. Kth psi 3. And so you can now write the eigenstate of the system at any time t. So taking the time evolution, we can write that this psi of xt will be what? This will be simply 1 over root 2 psi 1 of x times e to the power minus I e1 t over h bar plus 1 over root 2 psi 3 of x e raised to the power minus I e3 t over h bar. So this is actually the eigenfunction or the wave function psi of xt for the particle at any later time t. In fact, here E1 is the energy eigenvalue of the particle in the ground state, that is n equal to 1 state, and so this is simply En is n square pi square h bar square by 2 ma square, and here n is since 1, so this will be simply pi square h bar square by 2m, because a is 1. And what is E3? E3, you know, this will be 9 pi square h bar square divided by 2m. These are the energy eigenvalues. So this is the solution of the first part of our problem. Now we will see the solution of the second part. In fact, you can see that in second part we have to find the expectation value of energy and momentum. And you have seen in the mathematical formulation of quantum mechanics how we can find the expectation value of any dynamical variable. So on the basis of those concepts which we have studied earlier, now we will solve this second part of the problem. you know expectation value of energy. Expectation value of energy is given as, this is E equal to probability of finding of particle in energy state E1 times the energy eigenvalue E1 plus probability of finding of the particle in energy state E3 times E3. Actually here, what is this P of E1? As just I have told you, this is in fact probability of finding of particle in first eigenstate, or you can say in energy state E1. And similarly, this P of E3, this is probability of finding of particle in third eigenstate, or in the energy state E3. Now, first of all, we will find the values of these probabilities, and after that we will substitute the values of those probabilities in this expression, and then you will actually get the expectation value of energy. So now you know how we can find the probability of finding a particle in the first quantum state or first eigenstate P of E1. You know this is in fact equal to mod of a scalar product of psi 1 with psi square over a scalar product of psi with psi. And as you can see that this product will be what? In fact, this is a scalar product of psi 1 with psi, and you have seen that this psi is actually we have obtained here. So you can put the value of this ket psi here. So after substituting this value, you can take actually this 1 over 2 root 2 as a common factor, and in fact this will be then psi 1 plus psi 2, psi 1 plus psi 2. Psi 1 plus psi 2. And so when we will actually take the scalar product of this with this, and since psi is normalized, so in denominator there will be 1, and now you know that actually don't confuse with this. You can easily see that since psi and psi 1 both are normalized, so in fact in this condition when we will take the scalar product, only the product with psi 1 will remain non-zero, and that with psi 3 will vanish. So this will be simply equal to, in fact, what? This will be simply psi psi is actually 1 over root 2 ket psi 1 plus 1 over root 2 ket psi 3. Product with psi 3 will vanish and product with psi 1 will be 1. So this will be simply equal to 1 over 2 over 1, that is 1 over 2. Similarly, the probability of finding of the particle in the third eigenstate, that is Pe3, this will be mod of a scalar product of psi 3 with psi whole square over a scalar product of psi with psi, and this will be also simply 1 over 2. So you have calculated the probability of finding of the particle in energy eigenstate E1 and energy eigenstate E3. Now let us put the value of these probabilities in this expression, and you know what is the value of E1 and what is the value of E3. I have just mentioned it here, and so substituting all these values you can easily find the expectation value of energy. So you can see that the expectation value of energy E will be equal to 1 over 2, this is P of E1, times E1, and E1 is what? E1 is pi square h bar square over 2m, and plus again P of E3, and you have seen that P of E3 is also 1 over 2 times E3, and E3 is 9 pi square h bar square over 2m. So after simplification you will get that this is 5 pi square h bar square over 2m. So this is the energy eigenvalue of the particle. Now we have to calculate the momentum eigenvalue. We have to calculate actually the expectation value of momentum. So how we will calculate the expectation value of momentum? So first of all, see what will be the momentum of the particle in nth eigenstate. If Pn equal to momentum of the particle in nth eigenstate, then as you know, in case of particle in box, the total energy En is simply the kinetic energy of the particle, because potential energy is 0 in this case. So in this condition you may write the classical expression Pn square over 2m, this is in fact kinetic energy, and this is equal to n square pi square h bar square over 2ma square, but a is 1, so I am writing here only 2m. So this 2m and 2m will cancel out, and you can see that this Pn is simply equal to n pi h bar. So this is the this is the value of momentum of the particle in nth eigenstate. Now from this you can find what will be the value of P1. P1 means n equal to 1, so this is simply pi h bar. And what will be the value of P3, because our system is a superposition of two states, n equal to 1 and n equal to 3. So this will be 3 pi h bar. Now again you can find the expectation value of momentum using the same expression. So expectation value of momentum. expectation value of momentum. Expectation value of momentum. You know this is written as probability of finding of particle in the first eigenstate, that is P of P1 times the eigenvalue P1 plus probability of finding of the particle in momentum state P3 times P3. As you know, when energy of the particle is E1, then its momentum is P1. So probability of finding of particle with momentum P1 is same as that of probability of finding of the particle in energy state E1. And you have seen that the probability of finding of particle in energy state E1 is 1 over 2. So this is 1 over 2. And times P1, and see here what is the value of P1. P1 is actually pi h bar. And again this P of P3 will be actually equal to 1 over 2, and this is 3 pi h bar. And so you can see that this is 2 pi h bar. So this is the expectation value of momentum. So you have seen, using the wave function for the particle in one-dimensional box of unit width, we have calculated the wave function for the particle at any time t, while in this problem the wave function for the particle at t equal to 0 was given. And we have also calculated the expectation value of the energy and momentum. But for this you have needed the idea which we have developed in the topic, the mathematical formulation of quantum mechanics, or you can say the mathematical formalism of quantum mechanics or postulates of quantum mechanics. So definitely, to solve numerical problems you must be acquainted of the basic idea which we have studied in the mathematical formulation of quantum mechanics.